What's up, everybody? I'm TJ.
And I'm Kelsey, and we are
the Nashville Wine Duo.
Okay,
Yes.
Are you ready for another podcast?
I'm ready.
Babe?
You ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Let's do this.
Yeah,
Our first candy episode.
First candy with sweet wine and a wine pairing with sweet.
Wine.
Yes.
We're going to kind of balance
wine
it out.
Pairing.
But
We're
yes,
excited.
I'm excited. Candy and
Yeah,
wine.
candy and wine.
Who's the guest this week?
We have Lori Spradley. She's the VP of Operations for Goo Goo Clusters.
Yes. So happy to have you on the podcast.
Thank y'all so much.
Thanks for doing this.
Coming on. Yeah. So before we get into trying some wines that we got from Trader Joe's with the Goo Goo Clusters,
Yes.
how about you tell us about Goo Goo Clusters?
Yeah, so Goo Goo Clusters were invented in 1912, and it's really known as the first combination candy bar in America. So before that, it was just some basic ingredients, caramels, chocolates, peppermint sticks. And so in 1912, our founder had the great idea to put multiple ingredients into one finished bar, and here we are today.
So who was the founder? Who
It's
founded?
a man named Howell Campbell and his foreman, Porter Moore.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, two guys in downtown Nashville, right here.
So is it like right down like on Broadway?
Very close. It was on First and Clark, which is today known as Bank. So just north of Broadway, a couple blocks.
Wow. So were they pretty successful like right away? Or
Initially, they were pretty popular, but back in those days, you really couldn't distribute outside of the town you were manufacturing them in because there was no way to keep them cool and all that. So locally, it was super successful. You did have some traveling salesmen, but really just outside of town.
Mm-hmm.
And we've never stopped producing the Goo Goo Clusters, which I think is pretty awesome. And we're celebrating our 111th birthday next year, which is kind of fun.
111.
Yep.
That's wild.
Amazing. 111 years
so
in business.
And so has it been like owned by like the same kind of family company?
So Howell's family owned it up until the 70s. And then my family actually purchased it in the 80s, 1982.
Okay.
So I'm the third generation to be in the family business.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's really cool.
All you know is Goo Goo Clusters.
That's all I know.
basically.
Yeah. Since birth.
That's your when you get invited to a party, you're like, I know what I'm bringing.
Yeah,
Goo Goo
it's
Clusters.
pretty easy. I know, until you realize I don't keep them around as often as I should.
Wow.
That's amazing. And so over the years, 111 years, I mean, you guys have kind of just stuck to what works for y'all. You're not coming up with crazy flavors or anything like that.
In 111 years, we have 3 flavors. So we're huge innovators. No, we are not. We've pretty much stuck to just the original. I believe the 90s, we launched the pecan, and soon after that, the peanut butter. So we're up to 3 versions of the same sort of product. The original and the pecan have dual layered centers. It's a marshmallow nougat and a caramel, and then they're topped with either peanuts for the original or pecans for the pecan, and then coated in real milk chocolate, which is also somewhat rare in the candy bar industry.
Oh, really? What do people usually use?
They're using a compound chocolate, which is part chocolate, but there's a lot of other ingredients in there, and it doesn't melt at the temperature. We melt at a pretty low temperature. We melt at 78 degrees, whereas compound chocolates melt at a little higher temperature.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Which one's your favorite?
Oh, I prefer the peanut butter, but the original is like a close second. I just love it's kind of like a peanut butter center covered in some peanuts and milk chocolate. It's like a crunchy chocolate peanut butter goodness.
Nice.
I love anything with peanut butter in it, though. So
Do you really?
Me too.
yeah, chocolate and peanut butter.
I know.
It's the
When I was
perfect
a kid,
combo.
I was really into Reese's.
Mm-hmm.
That was like one of my favorite candies.
I really respect that you guys know what you're good at and you just stick to it. It's because I feel like a lot of companies just try, even like, fast food places that are a burger place will come out with tacos. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're a burger place. Like, stick to what you guys do best,
Right.
So I respect that you're like, we have 3 flavors and we do them really well. And that's it. you know?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to try to launch a few other things this as soon as we can.
Yeah.
I will say some chocolate truffles and
Ooh.
maybe kind of leaning in a little more into our little goos, see if we can get those individually wrapped. But yeah, just trying to kind of figure out what's going to work best for the brand moving forward. But we're definitely not changing any of the classics.
So how many people kind of work for Goo Goo Clusters? Like how many jobs are you kind of supporting? And
there are about 30 jobs right now, with most of those being in our retail store downtown.
okay.
And then we've got a really small corporate team. So we actually we used to own our manufacturing facility, and we've since sold that. So that eliminated a lot of jobs under our umbrella, but it makes it a little simpler. We just buy the finished goods and redistribute them.
Gotcha. And you guys have a location in the airport, right? Or like a little kind of...
Very soon.
Okay.
We have an airport location opening this fall.
Awesome.
So hopefully this month, the month of September. And it will be a standalone little 400 square foot retail store in the airport.
That's amazing.
I know. I'm so excited. Right at the split of Terminal A and B.
Okay.
Well, it makes sense to have it in the airport too, because that's where you get a lot of things like when you're visiting that city, and it's like you'll have probably all the signage saying like this is from Tennessee, and then people feel like they're kind of taking back a piece of Tennessee with them.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, even right now we're available in a lot of the little shops there, and it's one of our top accounts, just all the airport stores lumped together. So it's crazy the amount of product they go through there.
Where else are they sold at? I mean, you have your store, right? But then...
Yes. So nationwide, we're distributed at Cracker Barrel, Tractor Supply, and Hobby Lobby. And then locally, we're in Publix, Kroger, Walgreens, and then a lot of just kind of mom and pop shops that a distributor services. So it's hard to say exactly which ones, but we do have a locator on our website.
So they're kind of all over.
They really are. I mean,
yeah.
I'll find them. I'll be even surprised in a random store. There they are sitting on the shelf.
Wow.
They're following me.
So did you know personally, like just from growing up, like in the family and in the business, did you know you were going to like be a part of it? Or
I really had no idea.
Okay.
It was kind of a happy accident. I was living in New York, kind of living my best life, 20s, busy, had a, big corporate job, but was not really loving it. And I was looking for something to change, whether it was a change of a city or a career. And it was kind of right as we were selling our manufacturing facility. And so some things with Goo Goo were changing. We were going to be just left with a brand. And that excited me. It felt a little entrepreneurial. We got to start from scratch, take over the store and find, we had health insurance and payroll systems and all that to kind of bring in-house. And so I moved back from New York in 2017 and became a part of the company, right away.
Wow.
So was it hard during like the pandemic years for you guys to like figure out the business?
Really hard. It was really, really tough. I think, the personal aspect of how do you take care of all these employees, what's fair to them, what's fair to the business. And we're still kind of coming out of those rough years just in terms of, getting back up our systems, are bringing even new roles in-house. We used to have like third-party HR and accounting, and we're kind of now bringing everyone in-house. So just even kind of managing the team and reopening a store with a whole new set of people who are wanting to work downtown at an hourly job. It's a different way to manage those people. So we're all learning a ton, but I feel like we're just now kind of growing out of the pandemic years.
Yeah, it's crazy how long it's taken like everybody to just kind of bounce back. I was talking to somebody the other day. They said they were a travel agent, and I didn't even think about it. And they were like, "Yeah, my job just was completely eliminated.
It disappeared."
I'm like, "Wow!" So they moved here from New York because they had a friend here, and I'm like, you just don't think about that kind of stuff. So I'm sure.
And you had a lot of people switch careers during the pandemic too, like a travel agent. Like it was just like, I have no job, so I'm going to go and do something else. And then they find, a new career path. So,
well, I'm happy you guys are coming out of it. So.
Me too. It's been a rough few years emotionally.
Yeah,
totally. A lot. So happy to be here and still be in Nashville, downtown, in a thriving city. Yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff ahead of us.
Yeah, totally. And whoever doesn't want to eat something like this. Right?
I know. On a busy, kind of stressful day, it's like it's actually one of our core values is come on, it's candy.
Oh,
it's just chocolate. We're selling something fun that everyone loves. Like that we can't take ourselves too seriously.
I feel like it's the perfect size too. Like
Yeah,
You know what I
I do
mean?
too. Well, and you could share it.
Yeah.
Because we cut up them in like tiny little pieces, but it's nice if you were, you and I just split one, just cut a few pieces up.
Yeah.
But why don't we go into trying some
Let's
of these
dive
with
into
the
this.
wines?
So yeah, so I thought it'd be fun when I got the flavors and everything. I was like, let's do the original, right? We're doing the original with the Prosecco. So I thought that might pair well.
Yeah.
But I want the expert's opinion.
Oh,
Lori.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So everybody dive into the original. And the Prosecco we got at Trader Joe's. How much was the Prosecco?
$10.99, and this is our favorite Prosecco, our go-to Prosecco at Trader Joe's. There's one that's a little bit more, and actually we think this one's better.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Bottle looks familiar too.
Yes.
Okay, so candy first.
Candy first.
It's really good.
Very good.
It's got everything. The chocolate with the nuts and the caramel.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I like the sticky, the crunchy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's nice together.
Got the bubbles, a little, Prosecco is usually a little.
Oh, I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's fruity. It's dry, but it still has a good fruit element to
Right.
it. So I thought that fruit with the
Typically, when you're gonna
chocolate.
go with like something, you're eating something sweeter, you actually want the wine to be more like fruit forward or even sweet. You don't want to pair like something super dry with something sweet. So that's why we picked all of these with the intention of they're more fruit forward. They're going to complement that sweet better than if you were to do like a very dry red or a dry white. So
I like that.
yeah.
Y'all are the experts on the wine. I'll try to remain the expert on the chocolate.
So tell us again what's in the original.
So the original is a marshmallow nougat, caramel, and covered in peanuts and milk chocolate.
It's good.
Yes.
It's really good. It's got the salty with the sweet too.
Yeah.
And I'm a major fan of that.
Yeah, I know. And I do think the chocolate is really good.
The chocolate is really good. Like what you were saying about that I didn't know that it was uncommon for it to not be all a certain kind of chocolate. I know.
It makes, I will say it makes shipping a little more challenging.
Because it can
especially
melt.
in the summer months. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's hard. We have got to pay a ton of money for the insulation, the shipper, the ice packs and everything we have to put into a package to ship it during the summer months. And with this Amazon effect, we haven't really found our place with what can we charge for shipping that the customer is not going to be deterred by, but also covers all the costs we have to put into it.
Right.
Do you feel like the customer knows about the fact that the chocolate is like better chocolate?
So I thought everyone would maybe know that, but I'm actually kind of surprised at the amount of people who really don't understand or, just kind of complain. And I think it's just we're used to getting something on our doorstep the next day and not really thinking about, anything it might encounter along the way.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, sorry to cut you off, but I think people look at convenience, having it show up on the front door versus quality.
Right. That's what I was just going to actually just say.
I mean, I want it now versus like, what's in this? Or what does this contain? Or I can get it tomorrow. Good.
I know. And real milk chocolate, just random chocolate fact, blooms, which is basically when the milk fats rise to the surface and it gets kind of a white, filmy coating on it. That's if the temperature changes during any sort of movement, shipment, whatever. And so sometimes, people are like, what's on my bar? Did it go bad? And it's really just a finicky food, chocolate. It does some weird things that not everyone understands.
Yeah. It's like a little temperamental.
Yes. Thank you. That's the word.
So like, where do you guys like source the chocolate from?
So we source our chocolate from a company called Blommer, and they're basically in like the mass chocolate distribution business.
Gotcha.
So we've used the same chocolate as long as I can remember.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, it's kept that consistency for the customer though, too. The people that love the flavor of that. It's familiar.
I will say downtown, I can do a little more, fun, exciting, different things. So we have different varieties of chocolate downtown, the milks, the darks, the whites. Ruby chocolate has kind of become a thing. It's a pink chocolate. And so that's where we kind of can test whatever we might, we've got a pastry chef, chocolatier on staff. They can kind of have their fun, try new things. Our customers, they can come in and design their own candy bar. pick out the chocolate they want to use and all the inclusions that go into their combination candy bar. So things are a little different downtown, but that's where we have all of our options and we can kind of play.
Yeah.
That's very
Ruby
cool.
chocolate.
Seems like it'd be a really fun job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working with this kind of product, I think it'd be like enjoyable. It's not like, you're making a sandal or something like that.
And we also have a really silly name. Like you got to kind of make fun of it too.
That's what we were saying though. I was saying I love the word cluster and you love the word Goo Goo.
I love the word Goo Goo. And you know who probably got their name? A band.
The Goo Goo Dolls.
No, they probably got their name from Goo Goo Cluster.
I know. They've never like officially come out and said it.
They need to.
I've heard that they're in like their green room and stuff. So.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just come on, guys, just admit
They
it.
were like Goo Goo.
We love the Goo Goo Cluster.
Doll.
Yeah.
Well, let's try the next
All
one.
right, so number 2, we love South African wine, and Trader Joe's has probably one of the best bottles of wine on the white side for an awesome price.
Yeah, this one it's gone up a little bit, not a lot. It's $5.49.
$5.49,
which we tell them and they're blown away.
Used to be $4.99.
That's
and
crazy.
we'd tell people to try this, and they'd be like, "Whatever." And I'm like, "This bottle is awesome." But
We
it's
think
Chenin
it's
Blanc
one of the best.
and Viognier, so it's a blend from South Africa. But again, a little bit of fruity forwardness, sweetness to this, and so I was going to pair this one with the peanut butter,
Okay.
and we'll try that out and see what we think of that.
Here you
But
go. I'll
thank
give you
you
a
so much.
piece. I wonder if this is going to be your favorite, Tej. Because you like the peanut butter.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm.
Chocolate and peanut butter. Doesn't get any better than that. All right, now some wine.
That's really good. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
I love that.
Not
I
good?
do too. Wow.
It's a good combo.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Bali. So it's Mbali. South African white blend.
I really like that. I can't believe it's under $6.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's delicious.
I know. Like,
It's sustainably farmed. Like,
Yeah.
it's just South African wine is awesome if you haven't tried South African wine, but this is a great bottle, especially for the price.
yeah, we tell people all the time, like, we think in terms of like best buys, this is like one of the best buys.
Yeah, one of the
wine.
hidden gems on the wine side at Trader Joe's for sure on the white side.
Yeah.
People are afraid to try
I'm a
because
fan.
it's so cheap. They think like, oh, it's $5 something. It's not going to be very good. And like, that's not the way it is at Trader Joe's. Like, there's so many wines that are a good price that are great.
Yeah. And I feel like it's really balanced. It's not really sweet. So,
No,
I mean,
it's
I think
really
the sweetness with
approachable.
the chocolate and the peanut butter kind of balances it all out. So,
So what
Yeah.
all was in the peanut butter one? Peanut butter.
Peanut butter center covered in peanuts and milk chocolate.
It's good.
So
I might have to
it
have
is
one more
really
of the
good.
peanut butter because it's so good.
I like the crunchy with like the nuts too. I think it adds that extra like with the peanut butter, but then you get the crunchy. There's a very good like mouthfeel with all of these, because I think when you're like, obviously when you're enjoying something sweet, I think a lot of it is about like the texture.
Definitely.
And I like the texture.
Mm-hmm. I like the consistency of the peanut butter too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that it's like not like super like gooey.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Very good.
Very, 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 very good. Yummy.
All right. And then number 3, we love Washington State wines.
Yes.
So they have an awesome Syrah at Trader Joe's for, how much is it?
This one is $5.99.
$5.99.
Wow.
And we're going to try the pecan Goo Goo Cluster. And I thought the nutty, I was expecting maybe saltiness with the pecan. And the Syrah would add this creamy kind of layer to it. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's try that.
I'll get you a piece.
Thank you.
Okay. Dive in.
Oh, I like the pecan.
I
It's
know.
a little more mild.
It's interesting.
Mhm.
It's so similar to the original, and the nut just changes everything.
Nut changes everything. Yeah, you really get the pecan.
I love that combo with this wine.
Oh, that went really well.
It goes really well together. Actually kind of enhanced the flavor of the wine.
Mm-hmm. Makes the wine, and that's, I feel like what food and wine should do. Like
Yep.
they should bring out the best and complement each other.
Right.
So I think this makes this wine even better with that Goo Goo Cluster.
I was telling somebody about us doing this, and they were like, "Oh, that's an interesting idea." I was like, "You see, it'll be really, really, really good."
No, I mean that's a great wine by itself, but this combination
made it better.
That makes that wine even better.
I have no complaints. This is really good.
Yeah. So you need to try all of these Goo Goo Clusters with all of these wines, and we will be posting these pictures too.
Oh yeah. So again, what's the combo on the pecan? Or just
it is a marshmallow and caramel center covered in pecans and milk chocolate.
Yeah, I love the pecans in that. So good.
Love it.
I'm still tasting the pecan.
I know. I'm loving the chocolate though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, seriously.
I think you can taste a difference in how good that chocolate is. I mean,
I think you can too. I mean, I don't mean to be mean, but like, I just don't think Hershey's is really that great.
I know. I mean, I don't want to say it out loud. But
yeah. Well, and I think probably what we were saying earlier, I think they've maybe just gotten so giant. Like, so it's just probably very mass produced. And it's kind of hard when you get so mass produced to like have such a quality product, you know?
Right. And I think, I mean, it's hard being the little guy in the candy world, but I think that it makes it, we can remain special, which is exciting.
Totally. So
111 years.
What are some of the future kind of goals or plans with Goo Goo Clusters?
So the retail store downtown has been a huge hit. I think we're also kind of riding this wave of Nashville tourism and everything in Nashville is hot these days. I'd love to open up another store too and really double down on that experience. I don't think we'll ever have a store as big as we do downtown. It's 4,000 square feet. We've got a classroom, design your own kiosk where you can come in and make your own candy bar any hour we're open. And I think it would be a smaller version of that, but hopefully in another kind of touristy market.
Yeah.
And kind of prove to ourselves, is this a Nashville thing? Can this be anything bigger?
Yeah.
So hopefully another retail store or two. And I think some other products. I think it'll be totally different than the 3 classics we just tried, but trying to kind of expand into more, remain chocolate focused, but do something a little different.
Yeah.
So we're going to test some truffles in our store and on our e-commerce channels this fall. And we're going to kind of sample a few other fun things. So stay tuned.
That's awesome.
I love the build your own chocolate thing too.
Yeah.
Like your own,
it's so fun. I mean, we've got like silly things you can put in there, like fruity pebbles and sprinkles and some fancier ingredients, like some salted nuts and coconut flakes. And it's so fun every time I make something new, and it's always good. I mean, if you're putting things you like together, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah, I love that.
What hours are you open at the store downtown?
We're open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Okay. And then online, can people order online?
Yes.
Okay.
We ship nationwide, googoo.com.
Googoo.com. Yeah. I bet the Goo Goo dolls wanted that. They were like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, I know. We beat them.
Googoo.com. That's easy.
And you can ship all over?
Yep. Nationwide.
Okay. Cool. These would make great gifts too. And we're coming up on around that time.
Stocking stuffer.
I know.
Yeah.
We've got, the classics come in 3 packs that are like really pretty box. And then we've got a variety pack that's 6 clusters, 2 of each. That's also a great giftable item. And I think the truffles that we're going to launch will be a great gift as well. We even do corporate gifting, large tins with your logo, our logo, anything on it. So we've got a lot of options.
That's cool. Super fun. Yeah, for like company parties and stuff like that too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, this has been very fun and informative. Check out Goo Goo Clusters, googoo.com. Nashville native, 111 years in business. Support them.
Yeah,
keep them going.
Local business that's been around for
support
so
local
long.
For sure.
It's really, really cool.
Yep, and definitely try these wines at Trader Joe's. And it's been an honor having you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This was fun.
And,
super fun.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.